The Oscars 2026. The Oscars 2026. What's up, family? What's the deal? Dream Rise here for another one. Yes, sir. Most people think that the Oscars are just about the best movie of the year. But what if it's actually reflecting something deeper about the collective unconsciousness?
Message.
We're going to talk about it today, fam. We're going to talk about it. What's the deal? What's the deal? I think I got everything set up. We got to break down these movies. And I'm going to let you know how I felt about some of this stuff because, oh boy, what? Well, let's get to it. And the winner is, god damn. Now look, I thought the Oscars was well done, very, very luxurious, very pristine, high class. And it's something that we want to be able to understand in the aspect of levels, even in the commercials. They didn't have no bullshit ass commercials in that Oscars. I was sitting there waiting for I was sitting there waiting for something. I was like, God damn. And they said it's going to YouTube next year. God damn. There's some things that I really, really liked about it. Some things I didn't like at all. You feel me? Because, I could see the tricks and the ideas that the powers that be try to relay to the masses in a slick, subtle way. And, we just all should be able to catch it and just understand what their bigger intentions are at hand. So, I'm going to dive deep into the fold of all of that and give y'all the breakdowns of these movies because, oh boy, they were very, very good movies. And we just got to understand why or the angles that they move for them to win particular things and then why they didn't win particular things. You feel me? So shout out to these brothers right here, Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. I was just brothers, you feel me? And you know what I'm saying? It's a thing of being real focused and attentive to your craft. Really being in tune with what you want to do down here in this earth realm. And essentially, Ryan Coogler, he been doing his thing in the aspect of saying, hey, I'm going to tell my story. So him winning original screenwriter, yeah, nigga, that was his layup. What, nigga? He got that story from his grandpa and them. Who else gonna win it? Everybody else getting their story from other things. He got that story. He put together his rendition of what his grandpa used to tell him. So now he had to win that one. That was an easy one. Oh shit. And then Michael B. Jordan, okay. So you know what I'm saying? We gotta I get it. And another aspect of it is, it's a game, it's a system that we're in, right? And again, you know what I'm saying? We don't need nobody to give us any validation for how thorough our work is. So Tiana Taylor, Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, none of them have to get any kudos from a system to tell you that you did your big one. The people will tell you that, and the people know. And you can hear it loud and clear. Like everybody know Ryan Coogler is that nigga. You feel me? You know who I didn't see at the goddamn Oscars that I was waiting to see? Y'all know y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I was waiting to see this nigga at the Oscars. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I've been seeing him everywhere. I was so shocked he wasn't at the Oscars. God damn. I was like, where the hell is this nigga at? I know I gotta see him. Because boy, he has been everywhere. Everything, everywhere, all at once type shit. I was waiting to see Mr. Tenderism ass. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, family. God damn, that nigga been everywhere. I can't make it up. What the hell is going on? I've been seeing this nigga. Earn Your Leisure. Sherry Shepherd. Who else was he on? Shannon Sharp. I'm like, God damn. I just can't wait to see him on Joe's podcast. I know he's going to be on Joe Budden's podcast. This nigga is everywhere. This old ass nigga is everywhere. I'm surprised he got the energy to do all these damn interviews. God damn. What the hell is going? I'm sitting here in my algorithm. I'm like, damn, did I put in Mr. Tenderism by accident? This nigga is off the chain, boy. He don't have to make no more meat. Falling off the bone, falling off. He don't got to make nothing. Shit, his bone, his skin about to fall off. He's doing so much damn interviews, guys. Let me show y'all, because y'all think I'm lying. Hold on, Mr. Tenderism. I could just put his name. That nigga. Hold on, dog. Wait, he got fired. And black people came in droves for his ass. They was not playing. Y'all not gonna fire my grandpa. That's because they feel like that's their grandpa and shit. He was on what's it called too? Hell nah. Oh, this nigga everywhere. God damn. Hold on. Y'all can't see it. Hold on. Let's go to it. Let's get it. Look, he with the old boy in them. Hell nah. Earn Your Leisure. Crazy. Shannon. Quit playing. This nigga everywhere, boy. Sherry Shepherd. Oh, what's it called? Sat down with him too? Keith Lee? Oh, it's going down. Damn. Hey, this nigga should have been at the Oscars. This nigga need an Oscar itself. God damn. What the hell? He looked like he was in the movie Sinners. One of them old dudes in the movies and shit. God damn. Shout out to these brothers again, man. Very good job. Very good energy. And you know what I'm saying? It's just about putting in your work, friend. They've been rocking together since 2012. So that's a beautiful thing. In 2026 to 2012, you know what I'm saying? There's more than 10 years. So they've been on their grind, and you know what I'm saying? They accomplished something that they wanted to accomplish, no matter how we look at the Oscars or whatever. And this movie, again, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, obviously, we all feel like Sinners should have won, but this was a good movie, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, the ending was trash. Sinners should have won for a fact. I think Leo did a great job acting, and shout out to Tiana Taylor. Straight up and down. Y'all seen her at the Oscars? Goddamn. So Leo, I thought Leo should have probably won, because y'all just got to see Leo acting very, very good in this damn movie, in this one battle after another. But obviously, Michael B. Jordan doing a double role, takes two energies. Okay, I get it. Cool, right? And he did a great job. Don't get me wrong. But they probably should have gave Leo, if they're trying to balance this thing out, they should have gave Leo, okay, let me get Leo the male actor award, right? And then, fuck it, Sinners, they get Best Picture. And Michael B. Jordan vicariously got Best Picture, you know what I'm saying, and got an Oscar. That's how I thought, if they trying to balance this thing out. But because Leo did a great job, y'all go see the movie again, and I'm about to decode it. I'm going to decode Sinners, when the one battle after another, and then Weapons, because those are the three main ones. I was going to decode Spirit of the Forest, Frankenstein, but I'm going to leave that for another day. I might do it on the Patreon. But shout out to them, very great class, and you know what I'm saying, it was a good movie except for the end. And you know what I'm saying, you just have to see what you're actually seeing in the form of art and in the form of creativity into subconscious programming, which I'm about to break down for y'all. So let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's start with one battle after another. So if y'all don't know, and I did the code on this before, this was about the melanated goddess.
Message.
The end. This was about the melanated goddess and white men fighting to get to Sophia, which is the black goddess. They need that vagina.
Sorry, bye.
I'm just telling y'all what it is, nigga. You take it up with your own thought forms. They had made a movie saying, like, look, we need Tiana Taylor. We need this black goddess. Right? The whole idea is, how would you say, a catch-22 type of thing. Because essentially what they're doing is they're saying, like, look, we know how powerful the melanated goddess is. And basically what they're saying is we know how powerful divine feminine energy is, right? And essentially, we want some of that power. And the only way we're going to be able to get it is if we get between them legs and give you our seed. So it is an interracial mindfuck, kind of like what they're doing with Paradise, right? In the aspect of positioning this racial energy, but still saying y'all are the ones. Y'all are the chosen ones. So you remember in the movie, Tiana Taylor and Leonardo DiCaprio was freedom fighters. And essentially these freedom fighter energies was basically speaking to consciousness. It wasn't necessarily about, you know, these quote unquote rebellious freedom fighter terrorist people. It was more so saying like, look, y'all conscious niggas got to go. And we're going to take away y'all freedom if y'all keep on speaking this shit. And we're going to, and so they just showed, because it was supposed to be a comedy, right? So it was a comedy satire type of trying to be funny, but then poking fun at the powers that be and all this other stuff. Cool. But essentially there's truth in jokes, there's truth in laughter. And essentially what happened was they tried to put in the stereotype of melanated goddesses being the angry black woman. You feel me? So Tiana Taylor played her role in the aspect of, you know, I'm angry. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm kind of lost and, you know, out of control and stuff like that. And one thing we got to look at when we look at these things is we got to look at how they're trying to depict the person, the actor, the actress. You feel me? There's a thing called automagically. So essentially, automagically is basically when it's stereotypes, and stereotypes are rituals, and rituals just create a particular magic. So now you see a black dude walking down the street. There's a subtle energy inside of you that might say protect yourself. It's a real coined term called automagically. Automagically is just basically a stereotypical energy based off of your color of your skin, your gender, and so on, and your culture and your religion. You feel me? So now if you see a person in a hijab, and and then you see a Muslim bro, I'm just telling y'all what it is, with one carry-on luggage going to the plane, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be looking at that brother a few different times just because it's automatically programmed into your psyche. That nigga ain't got nothing, dog. He got, y'all thinking it's a bomb. He got a whole laptop and shit. He just going, traveling. Now y'all second guessing, and he's sitting by you. You trying to act, you trying to flex up on him and say, I wish you was saying all kind of subtle stuff beside him. Saying, oh man, I wish a nigga would fuck with me today. You trying to act crazy around him. He like, damn, what's wrong with this dude? Automagically. You feel me? So that's a real thing, family. And you know, these stereotypes create energies inside of your mind that makes you move a particular way. So now you see that black dude, you know, in the hoodie walking down the street or whatever, you might tend to, you know what I'm saying, stare a little bit harder. You see a white dude walking down the street, you don't pay it no mind. So what is that? What is that subtle energy that we're seeing? So they do the same thing in acting. They know what you're going to think of as you see Tiana Taylor on the screen. Subtle, so subtle you wouldn't even know you're thinking of it. Now, Tiana Taylor is a superstar and she's one of those, but she can carry out the energy correctly to make you feel that that's still angry black woman energy. That's why they put her in that one movie with when she stole the child and stuff, whatever that movie was. So Tiana Taylor is just making her rounds in the system, and you know what I'm saying, she's just part of uh, the system's control to use her as a pawn. Now, shout out to her, she doing her thing, and that's, and you know what I'm saying, go for yours, right? I'm just telling y'all what it is, and if y'all need more reference on this, go get Panic's first book, The Origins of a Cold Civilization, Volume 1, because essentially he breaks down all the black males as being used as pawns to position them for the automagically. He doesn't mention automagically, but that's just basically what it is. Automagically is a coined term that just means you subtly are influenced just by somebody's look, gender, and race. So if you think about an Asian kid, you see an Asian kid in school, and that actually works with people too. So you see an Asian kid in school, you automatically think he's smart. That's fucked up. But guess what? How deeper it is. The Asian kid in school believes she's smart, just based off of the stereotype and the racial soliloquy with it. So I'm just telling you what it is, baby. That's straight up and down. You feel me? So y'all go look into that automagically, because that's essentially what this whole movie was about. And you know, freedom starts in the mind, and the freedom is the thing where you have to, you know what I'm saying, take back your mind, take back the subconscious programming that's already been built in based off of ideas and thought forms and egregor spirits based off of the TV programming. See, look, a lot of times we don't even understand how big the TV magic is because we're so used to TV and we're watching it, and we don't really understand how deep the fold goes with TV, Instagram, social media, and the likes. This thing is a programming mechanism machine. If you don't have no consciousness, if you don't have no awareness about yourself, then you can be caught up in an egregor spirit that keeps you locked in an idea of yourself based off of programming. So I'm just telling y'all what it is. This is how it goes. And you know what I'm saying? Mind control is a motherfucker. Go get all the mind control books and just go for what you know in the aspect of understanding how far and deep the mind control goes. It's so subtle, sometimes you won't even notice it's happening to you because you're just thinking, oh no, this is me. But essentially it gets deep. And I'm gonna go over some different ways to deprogram and all of that stuff on Wise Wednesday. So Tiana Taylor was a pregnant woman, right? And she's angry at America, the government, and she's trying to do whatever she can to, you know what I'm saying, take this system down. And essentially, in her taking the system down, see, even just the look she's carrying out, and the whole time she was just angry. And then even when at the end, when she, I guess she basically told, and I can't even remember why she told. Why she told again? Y'all leave it in the comments. Let me see if y'all know. Y'all tell me why she told. Because essentially she told for a particular reason. I don't even remember why, but it was some, I think it was some bullshit too. Damn, why the hell did she tell? I don't even remember why she told, nigga. It was on some bullshit. And that's when you know the fix was in. So remember, Sophia in Gnosticism is a fallen daughter. And you are the fallen daughter. Divine feminine energy is your spiritual essence. So you fall into this earth realm and you believe that you're a human. Go watch the movie Lilo and Stitch again. So essentially what you got to understand is that you have something bigger and greater than you being human. And it's something that's invisible, and it's an intelligence that they're afraid of. But you have to take back your own mind and your own power and remove yourself from the goyim, from the automatons. A lot of times we're trying to fit in with people that's not like us. So even the whole Oscars thing, going back to that, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to fit in. And don't worry, I'm going to get to Sinners in the Oscars because, oh boy, nigga, that shit pissed me the fuck off. I said, see, that's why you don't do no shit like that. I know. I said that. See that point right there. You don't do no shit like. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to it. Watch this, because god damn. So yeah, Tiana Taylor played her a hell of a role, and being honest, she should have won Best Supporting Actress. I don't give a fuck how long she was in the movie. Now that weapons girl, cool. The weapons lady, she did all right? But at the same time, at the end of the day, she really didn't show no real expressions in the movie. Just because she wore the costume and shit don't mean I'm gonna get to weapons, don't worry. All right. Nigga, you could have put anybody in a wig, and a bad wig, and some bad makeup. Maybe I gotta see it again. Tiana killed that role, nigga, and she should have won straight up and down. And it's not about quantity, how much time you see her. It's about the quality of the artistry that she put on, and she did a hell of a job. So yeah, remember, it's about the Black Goddess, and remember that Tiana Taylor was basically, she had a kid. This is the kid all grown up, and essentially the girl, she's like, man, dad, hey, look, I'm just trying to be out here just being me, right? And what they're poking fun at is the lost nature of y'all fighting the system, the powers that be. Because you are the magic melanated goddesses, and Black people in general. You are the magic melanated ones. So you don't have to fight a war based off of other people are in lockdown. The one battle after another is the battle in your mind. And if you can win the battle in your mind, then you can win your freedom back. So essentially, you're looking at a freedom from an external level of existence that doesn't even exist. And the real freedom reigns supreme in your internal level of understanding and knowing that you're God. You're believing in the glamour, the survival mode instincts, this world that we're living in, instead of believing in yourselves, and understanding that everything can come to you based off of you doing you. and you not trying to show God or prove God, you just be God. So a lot of times what happens is we're confusing ourselves based off of, we feel like we need to prove something to somebody. So that's basically what one battle after another was about. They're like, all right, we're gonna take our reign. We taking back our time. You feel me? They even got people in the hijabs in the school that she was in. After she got took away, and now the law's fallen daughter. So basically, they're trying to convince you that you have to fight. But the real fight is in your mind, is in your head. And her having the father, right? The white father is essentially saying that she's stuck. She basically stuck in a conundrum of herself, not knowing herself, right? And the white father is basically like, I'm your father, the government. You feel me? So when they found out Leo wasn't her father, right? And the other dude was the army dude, the government dude, the same dude that looks like the dude from Avatar. Essentially, what they're saying is, nigga, white daddy is your father. So you got to take back your mind, divine melanin ones, feminine energy ones, and understand that you don't have to fight. The fight is within. You do you and observe the world. See, they want you to fight, nigga. That's why that movie won. They want you to fight them. So because when you give them attention, now they know they exist. So when you see all these conspiracy theory videos and all this stuff that's saying, hey, look, this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. Defend, defend, defend. Essentially, what's happening is they're like, yeah, come on with it. And they get to keep on playing offense while you keep on defending. But if you understand anything about sports, you're going to have to play some offense yourself. You got to score. And the only way you score is by having that internal flow state drive inside of yourself to win. Win for you, not for no external trinkets and the glamour. So understand that to the core. That was one battle after another. And if you can see the hierarchy of this thing, right, they're showing you straight up and down in the cover. And you see the sun, that's the divine feminine energy one, right? All black goddesses. They even had Sanaa Lathan in it. They had another black goddess in it. And essentially it was black goddesses versus white men, or divine feminine energy versus the system. Spiritual people versus the powers that be. The battle of the 1%. One battle after another. Message. Let's keep it rolling, baby. Keep it rolling. Boom. Okay, we got to do weapons. You know we got to do weapons. Now I decoded weapons, and I decoded all these movies before, so y'all go check my past YouTube videos and to find them. Now, this old lady, Amy Magdigan. Okay, cool. That image was an image Halloween. You know what I'm saying? It was a clever get up, and it kind of kept on showing Supreme in the algorithm of social media and all of that. This whole idea of her winning over Tiana Taylor doesn't have to be justified because she's older. She did a good job in her role, but again, Tiana Taylor did a better job. And again, the Oscars ain't playing fair. They're playing in the automatically stereotype energy to let y'all know subconsciously, subtly, that nigga, this still a white man's game.
Message.
But again, what I'm saying is you don't have to play their game. They're saying, look, this is the game. I'm not playing. So even with Ryan Coogler, which I believe he'll do one day, boom, if he catch another one, another magic movie, if he doesn't submit and put in the proper paperwork to win an Oscar, then other people are going to be looking like, damn, where's Ryan Coogler at? This next movie he did was fire. And then you know it's a sham. Because again, the cream is going to rise to the top. And he's the creme de la creme of this thing. So essentially, once he gets a little bit older, maybe in his 50s, I believe Ryan Coogler is going to take himself out of the whole rat race thing and move into more of understanding that, you know what I'm saying, they need you more than you need them.
Message.
Straight up and down, baby. But this lady did a good job. I'm just, you know, she shouldn't have won it, but she did a good job. So cool. And then Womani in Sinners, she could have won it too. So so now we looking like, damn, okay. Now, you know what I'm saying? I would have probably went Tiana Taylor, Woomi, and then this Amy girl. But, you know, old white lady, let's give our grandma the award.
Sorry, bye.
I'm just telling y'all what it is, baby. I seen it. Now go see my weapons decoded. I decoded before. The triangle. Remember, the triangle is a symbol of fire, and fire is just passion, and passion is also an aspect of different aspects of lust and jealousy, enviness, you know, strength and power and stuff like that. They even had a triangle in the circle, in the cover weapons, right? So y'all go see my weapons decoded because I absolutely put my foot in this thing. You feel me? Very good movie. And it came out on the Lionsgate Day as well, which is 8/8. So you knew it was about fire. You feel me? But them running like this, essentially their body was forming a triangle. And what I pointed out was the whole idea was about fire and the different aspects of fire. So fire can be constructive or destructive. And essentially, constructive is you cooking something up with that fire, you staying warm with that fire. But fire can also be burn down a house, burn somebody up, and so on and so forth. So the weapon is also constructive and destructive, right? You think of a gun. If you have a gun, it can be constructive in the aspect of you protecting yourself. You feel me? Or you're hunting or whatever, right? Cool. Even though, you know, whatever that is, cool. Or it could be destructive in the aspect of people killing each other without no rhyme or reason, or school shootings.
Message.
Which is what they were subconsciously trying to show. What happened to our kids, what happened to our baby, in the form of a crisis, an event happening with these schools. Remember all the schools that I can't remember their names of, where, you know, the kids were whatever, right? Cool. So now we got that constructive, destructive. The whole thing is about fire. Fire is the energy of enviness, jealousy, lust, but then it can also be a great energy of fire, kundalini, and so on and so forth, right? So remember, all these people, all these characters was just representing jealousy, enviness, rage, anger, drunkenness, different aspects of the glamour or the material world. So there's a fire inside of you that has this, right? They call it lust. And essentially, that is a weapon that you can use if you know how to transmute it and transform it into love. So all these particular characters was in a conundrum, or in the human, just basically in the human, because essentially they were angry at their lives, but just angry in whole at just being who they are, a human. You feel me? Because that's just a natural rage. So humans don't have a mind. They're automatons, right? They're automatically programmed to feel mad when somebody cuts them off because they're driving to work. Because again, you see the same things over and over and over again, and you get mad at something that doesn't have nothing to do with you. So humans don't understand their emotional system. They don't understand their chakra systems. So when you start to understand your spiritual systems, essentially you can do the work to rid yourself of the human emotions and then move into a space of power instead of a space of uh, human lust, enviness, jealousy, rage. You feel me? And I'm gonna do something in August with Shivatism so we can dive deeper into the fold. I got a whole, because August is Shiva's month, so I'm gonna do something. I'll be on the lookout for that. So essentially, the character Amy, or this character, what was her name? Gwen or something? What was her name? Whatever this Amy girl name is, Amy Magdalene, Amy, right? That character. You seeing her, she putting on the red lipstick, really bad wig, glasses, all this other stuff, right? Um, to stay youthful and beautified, because essentially what she was doing was she was taking the kids, we heard that before, Epstein files. She's taking the kids for the youthful energy. They're showing, hey, I'm just telling you what it is. They're showing to you plain sight. I did a whole thing 2025. I said, nigga, they showing nothing but kids. All them shows that had the kids in it. Y'all seen all of them. See how automatically this thing works? Boom. They showing all them damn shows with kids in it. Get kids being abducted, the institution, all them shows that man, there was a lot. Netflix was going crazy with it too. I was like, damn. I keep on seeing this pattern. Okay. And sure enough, Epstein files. And then don't even let me get with Iran and them 150 girls. I believe there might be something else that we ain't even hearing. You feel me? So we got to just understand to the core how deep the rabbit hole might go in a whole nother level of trauma. You feel me? Monsters Inc. for real. They defeated her at the end, right? Because obviously you have to have a hero story, because you can't let these egregor spirits win. So they defeated her at the end and they killed her off. Cool. And they ate her alive. But essentially what they want to show is that the child is the key. The child is that childlike spirit, that purity, that essence, right? They haven't been manipulated by the system to use their fire in a bad way. And they don't feel the particular lust and enviness and jealousy and rage until they get to a particular age. And these kids' ages were right on time. They were all 9. So it was a deep movie I decoded earlier. Y'all go check that out. And it was about sublimation, turning lead into gold, right? The alchemical process of turning your human urges, your lust energy, into God energy. You feel me? So a lot of times what happens is we're still living in this lustful state. So then that's when you see the abuse of alcohol, abuse of weed, the abuse of porn, abuse of sex, you know what I'm saying? And we're just so human in nature that we don't know ourselves. We don't know our true self, which is our spiritual self. So in order to transmute that lust in the gold, you're going to have some discipline about yourself, some spiritual work or energy about yourself, and transform that energy into something higher and divine. That'll absolutely move you in a different state and move you in a different mission. So what happens is we don't go long enough with our spiritual work to fall into the flow state. We think because we did it for a month, we should be there already. But remember, you've been programmed 20, 30, 40 years of your life, and now you're trying to hit the lick of the flow state in a month, in a weekend. No, you're going to have to put some work into this thing, baby. This thing is not going to come overnight. This thing is a introspective look within to transform your energy into God, into an all-knowing energy of power, of strength, of this moving with a particular notion. And it's not for somebody else to recognize, it's just for you to recognize within yourself. See, I was talking about this with the Patreon family and in our wise bills. I said, look, nigga, you gotta be Mr. Nobody. You have no physical body because it's not real, and you gotta remember that this is an adventure. For 80 years of your life, nigga, that's it. 80 of these things. They said the average age is 74. That people, when people transition, now it's 74. So what I'm saying is you got to look at this thing as in a big ass experimental process that you're going through. And if you're not living in adventure, then essentially you're just a robot. You're just a cog in the machine. Now you and shit, then you got to look at it and say, are you really alive? Chaos in the blood, baby. You know, hey, they'd be thinking they alive because they go to work just to survive. Nigga, you better make something else happen in this bitch. That don't make any sense. You can eat all them ding dongs and all that burritos and all this other stuff when you go to the other side in the astral realms. Eat all you want in that bitch. Right now, you came here to turn lead into gold. And until that process is complete, shit, there ain't nothing else bigger than that. And you know, it's a beautiful thing because then you'll start to see, you'll be like, oh shit, I really don't need none of this stuff that I used to be addicted to. That's really my gods, but I don't know it's my gods. People's gods is food, weed, alcohol, sex. And that's the lust state. That's the human urges. That's all of that. And the glamour, being somebody. That's a horrible one. Being somebody is the worst one. That's the one people really don't see because you're trying to be somebody, even in your hood and shit. Y'all trying to hit Felicia and shit. So you trying to be the man and shit. Felicia work at the dollar store. You trying to hit Felicia because your other partner's trying to hit. And you trying to make her your girlfriend because you had a crush on her when she was 7. Hell nah, boy. You better get it. There's a whole bunch of goddamn Felicias out here. Goddamn. You stuck off Felicia in your hood that's goddamn 3 miles long. That shit crazy, boy. Same corner store, same gas station, everything. Jack in the Box. Y'all trying to hit the same girl thinking she the prize. You ain't even got out the hood yet. You got to break free of that box. You in a box. You stuck in the square. You got to break out of that box and get to another world. See what else you can see. Let me stop playing with y'all, boy. God damn. Hold on. Let me read this for y'all real quick. It says, in mystical traditions, sublimation refers to raising energy, like sexual or primal energy, into higher states of consciousness. Example, transmuting desire or lust into spiritual devotion, creativity, or enlightenment. Often discussed in alchemy, tantra, and yogic teachings, turning the dense into the refined, lower energy into higher vibration. So basically that's what weapons is about. Remember, all these people were angry. The girl was an alcoholic. She going to the alcohol store, whatever, right? The dad was the angry dad. He just angry at the world. He had a just a position to be angry, but you know, that's what they were just basically showing. The cop was angry at the young guy because he was a whatever, right? The cop was cheating on his wife with the alcohol girl, and so on and so. And then the Miss Gwen girl, she was basically the glamour. She trying to look youthful and pretty and be in the beauty energy to have an external appeal, even though it was ugly because she was missing her adrenal. Adrena Google Chrome. Ha! Chaos in the blood, baby. And then this part was the mama breaking her head into the door. And remember, that's The Shining. It's the same thing. It's the same story, same movie. So The Shining was eventually about them taking childlike essence, the shine, right, from people that had it. And essentially, you go see Dr. Sleep again. That's what they did with Abra. They tried to take her divine essence and they took all these kids' energy. And that's essentially what it was all about. You feel me? So y'all got to understand how deep the rabbit hole goes in that thing and move into the space of empowering yourself. And in the Wise Wednesday, I'm going to go deeper into the fold of all these movies in the aspect of breaking it down esoterically. Very esoterically by showing y'all the videos. I can't show them on YouTube because they'll take this video down. But when I show y'all the scenes on Wise Wednesday, y'all gonna be like, oh, Dream, you put your foot in that shit. I'm telling you, some of these scenes, I wish I could show them on here. I can't, so we're gonna show it on Wise Wednesday in the Patreon. So now, this pissed me off right here. God damn.
Sorry, bye.
I was fucking pissed the fuck off when I seen this shit. First off, we at the Oscars. Why the fuck are y'all performing, nigga? Hey, I'm just telling you what it is. I don't give a fuck how fly you thought it was. Nigga, that shit was a travesty. That shit, dude, I said, damn, we still chucking and jiving in this hole. And see, they shouldn't have did that shit because again, if you wasn't gonna win, you do not do this. You got to say, all right, we'll do it, but we got to win if we're gonna do it. Now it's a young boy, you know what I'm saying? They probably came to him with it, and he probably was like, which I don't know if Ryan Coogler had to sign off on this. I'm pretty sure he did have to sign off, so I'm putting him in the blame too. You don't do this unless you winning the whole thing. Hey, are we winning the whole thing? Yes. Okay, we'll do it. Nigga, Michael B. Jordan sitting in the front of the Oscars. I'm thinking like, oh, it's in the bag. But then I had to pay attention because Ryan Coogler is sitting three seats back. I'm like, wait a minute. They didn't put him in the front so they can go ahead and win the best picture. Nigga, that's why you can't accept nothing from these systems. They did that masterfully. I couldn't believe when I seen this damn thing, dog. I was like, hold on now. Y'all gotta be kidding me, man. See, you gotta win. That's the only way you can do that. Are we winning? Oh yeah, y'all won the best picture. All right, bet. Sign this so we can make sure that we won. Because if not, we'll sue the hell out of you. And then we'll do this. Oh, did y'all see the black people dancing? Oh my God, they gave us such a great performance. Oh my God. Hey. Masterpiece. I just knew they won. I couldn't, there was no way. I knew they won. I said, oh, they won. I said, yep, there you go. Sure enough, one battle after another. And then the white boy at the end, in the white boy director or whatever writer, he said, hey, look, he was shocked that he won. How much work they put in, how much work sinners put in. He was shocked that they won the best picture at the end. He was sitting there like, hey, look, yeah, I accept. I guess I accepted, but wow, such great nominees. Like anybody could have won this thing. Honestly, he had to mention somebody else that got shook, that got taken. He mentioned a whole nother Oscars thing from back in the day. He said, yeah, there was one where he couldn't believe he won. He just had to say, oh, shit. And meanwhile, Tiana like, yeah, I was happy for Tiana. You know what I'm saying? Cool. But goddamn, y'all know Sinners should have won Best Picture straight up and down. And just for them putting on this show was a travesty, an absolute mess. And see, they'll use you and they'll sleight of hand you. So now Ryan Coogler understands that. I'm pretty sure he understands that, right? And he's going to show good face. He's going to show face, right? Because think about this, right? They gave this nigga original screenwriter. Nigga, what? Ha! Hell nah, nigga. Nobody try to hear that bullshit. They see that's a slap in the face. Duh, he got that award shouldn't even exist. What's that even supposed to mean? Original screenwrite. Yeah, no, they even had the decency to get this nigga director of the year. I said, oh my God, I know Ryan is boiling inside, baby. They did a great job. Hey, just show face. We here now. We got it. We got him next time. Spook that sap by the door. He gonna make another one. Trust me, he gonna do another one. Must win. I'm not signing none. I'm not coming to your shows, nothing, unless I win. And that's how this thing gonna have to go. To see, that's how you beat fire with fire. You're gonna have to win because again, the subtle energy of what they're really trying to portray and show is more so like white dominance, white supremacy, still reigning supreme over a goddamn classic movie that we ain't seen a movie like this in goddamn years. I don't know when's the last time we seen it. It might have been 50 years since we seen a movie like this. Malcolm X, Coming to America, those are the ones I could think of. And them movies didn't win shit. You ain't seen a better movie than Sinner. When's the last time you seen? What's the better? Y'all put it in the comments. What movie was better than Sinners in the last 50 years? There is no way in the world this nigga don't get director of the year and movie of the year. No way. I'm just being honest. So that means there's something else going on that is, you know what I'm saying, trying to control a narrative of what this thing is. Straight up and down, baby. I'm just telling y'all what it is. Straight up and down. So yeah, that threw me off because they should have won straight up. Now let's decode sinners real quick. So sinners, remember, sinners is about the sun. You are the sun, your sun, the shining one, right? And remember, the red and blue is basically you breaking out of the matrix. Choose your peel, right? So essentially, you got twin sides, and these twin sides are basically sitting on your shoulders. Now, the beautiful thing about sinners is they completely destroyed any type of notion of conforming to any society reign. You feel me? When you think about the sun, you're thinking about you shining and you walking in a particular way, right? With confidence, with assertive, your solar plexus. You feel me? Michael B. Jordan did a great job showing that confidence, that arrogance, that matter of fact that we taking over this thing, right? And the bigger message of sinners was that your sin is your skin. So the human is keeping you trapped in survival mode tendencies, right? That's why Delroy didn't even win. That's what I'm saying. Delroy didn't win, Wumi didn't win. Cool. Michael B. Jordan, they had to give him that. And then Ryan Coogler, screenwriter. Bullshit. This is what I'm saying. They could have easily, they're not being fair. Even now I'm thinking about even deeper, even thinking about Sinners movie, how do they pander like that and give these boys honorable mention awards and we not in the outrage of it? Or we can't be in the outrage of it because, again, that was our choice to sign up for it. So cool. Ryan Coogler, he signed up. Cool. You know better. What they say, burn me once, shame on you. Burn me twice, shame on me. So the next time he cannot submit, I don't give a fuck how fire your movie is, unless they say you winning the whole thing. Multiple awards, too, at that. It got to be a whole black supremacy thing. Chaos in the blood, baby. I'll just tell y'all what it is. So remember, Sinners was about you being a dreamer dreaming dreams, and what's it called in the movie, he was basically going back to the astral realms. And in the astral realms, that's where your imagination reigns supreme. And your imagination is what moves this thing. It was move your nation. So essentially you got to understand that music is a vibration, it's an energy, it's one song. And in order to be in this universe, one song, you're going to have to get in rhythm, in a flow state. This flow state is your dance, your muse, you feel me, your creative energy. And what was young boy or whatever, right? He was essentially in his flow state and saying, look, I got to go for mine. That's why he went in with his cousins, right? And said, let me go for mine. You feel me? He still had to go through an internal battle. And that's when you seen them vampires. Because the vampires is basically egregor spirits that's holding you captive to a system.
Message.
So remember, he's in the astral realm in that scene, in the juke joint. That's the astral realm. And essentially the astral realm is where you play and imagine and see yourself doing great things. So then he's seeing himself being, in front of people doing his blues thing, right? He's seeing himself eating vagina. I just want to taste it. I just want to taste it. I was like, oh God, she just walked 10, 12 miles. I just want to taste it. Well, you better get your young boy head ass out of here, boy. I'm going to taste it. Your whole mouth going to be full of all kind of shit. When you done taste that, you're going to be looking crazy around this bitch. I just want to taste it. Your throat, you might not be able to ever sing again. You don't know where this girl been at. the second time meeting this chick, y'all just want to taste it. Your cousin was just giving you information on, look, hey, look, I know you can't last that long just yet, but if you really want to get in there, give her a little head and then go for yours. He forgot that, she done walked 15 miles to come see him play, and her husband just got through knocking her out. I'm just telling y'all what it is. God damn, young boy. So look, sinners, that's it. That's what sinners is. Your sin is your skin. So the human identity is the problem. This is all going back to being Mr. Nobody. You got to be nobody in order to transform out of this thing. And essentially, your muse, your creativity is going to take you out of here. But if you're afraid because your religion says you can't play music like that, or your mama and them says, oh, no, you can't do that, then that means you're controlled. So remember in Coco, they were shaming him for trying to be a musician. But that's their truth in the aspect of them being afraid of music based off of their traumas and what they experienced in their past. But that doesn't have nothing to do with you because you're your own person. You're your own God. So Coco had to realize, oh, my mama and them are afraid. I love my family, but at the same time, I'm going to have to go for mine. And as he went through the astral realms, he understood, oh, wait, my grandpa was deep into music. And essentially my mama or my grandma, who felt like the music split them up, is afraid of an energy that was never even true in the first place.
Message.
So it's the same thing with the young boy, you feel me, in Sinners. He had to go see who he was destined to be, and he had to do his thing instead of him being tied to an idea, a religion, a system that doesn't serve his greater good. And this says, my God looks like me. My God looks like me. My God looks like me. What the? So essentially what happens with melanated people is we get lost in a society and a system that's telling us who to be. We have to tell ourselves who we are. We have to understand our own spiritual gnosis and our own spiritual systems. You can't be looking at somebody that does not look like you and praying to them, because subconsciously, mind controlly, you're going to be doing the same thing, saying, oh, this white boss is my God. This white man that needs to be served is my God. And it's all subtle energy that the automatons don't really understand. So when people are stuck in religion, Christianity religion especially, they're automatically programmed to believe all white men are superior.
Message.
Just based off of the Jesus motif energy. So Ryan Coogler did a great job of saying, like, look, nigga, this is not even our story. This ain't even our religion. So what are we fighting against? Well, we're fighting against vampiric energy. And this vampiric energy is something that always shows up in a mask. So I want the family to understand to the core, like, look, at the same time, at the end of the day, you can break free of any kind of religion control, because religion is just binding you to an idea, a thought form, an energy that's not real. And a religion is basically what they're saying is basically your human or your sin or your skin. So these rules and these notions of rules is what's fucking you up. Some of these girls became millionaires by showing themselves on OnlyFans. Okay. So you shitting on her because she said, okay, here go a loophole. These dudes are lustful. Let me do some things in lingerie and pull in 100,000 a month. You got to remember, this is a world of attracting energy. So if you had the attraction mechanism, then use it for your own good. A lot of times we're putting ourselves in a moralistic code that doesn't even fit our own identity. So remember in Coco, right? The mom or the auntie, was that the auntie that was mad? The auntie was like, "Oh no, music, no, that's a sin, that's so bad. No, we don't do music here. No guitars, no, unless we're speaking about Jesus." That's the same thing. Young boy, his dad, the pastor, come on, son, you need to wash away them sins. You need to wash away them sins. I'm glad it went the other way. Hey, I just went on an adventure. I know there's gonna be some bumps and bruises. I'm gonna have to get over this egregor spirit, this vampiric energy that's tying me to moralism. But hell, once I defeat it, I'm free. Give me some questions, family. What y'all got, baby? What y'all got? That's crazy work outrage over Holly weird. Absolutely. Not to mention her husband at the house. Remind me, Curbs. I don't remember what that was. Original screenwriter is an honor. Absolutely. I guess it could be an honor if you look at it. Oh shit, they don't give we original screenwriter is an honor. Well, shit, they needed to give him more than that, and that's just a made up award. I bet you that award wasn't even up for the last 20 years. Original screenwriter, they give me. Yeah, I originally wrote this whole. Nobody else, all these other people, they using Chat GPT. Ryan Coogler, he wrote it. Original screenwriter. Ha! Hell nah, boy. Can you do a video on Goyism? Yeah, that video wouldn't be that long though, Titus. The Goyim is just the human urges, the demiurges, basically. All this energy of people just being in the matrix and not giving a fuck about breaking out. See, what we're doing is God's work. So what happens is it's tough, right? It's tough to be Neo, the one, right? One battle after another, because essentially you're battling these internal energies to say, there's something riding in the cotton and I need to break free of it. Now, just telling y'all what it is, nigga. It is so much easier to be human, to be an automaton, to be in the Goyim. Y'all know it and we know it. But there's something in our spirit that's saying, I can't go. I need to free my dome because I can't go. Every day you wake up, you feel it. Bobby used to mention this. He's like, hey, there's nothing you can do. You feel it every day. You like, ah. And then once you know this information, it's tough to go back. You can't go back because shit, it's a wrap. What you gonna do? Pretend? See, when you see people that go back, that means they was never really in it. They never really did their work, their introspective look within. Only way you can go back is if you was never really in it. You feel me? There's no way to go back because spiritual beings know and feel it inside their heart. So the Goy or the Maya or the world is essentially, you know what I'm saying, just living survival mode energy. And they just want to eat, sleep, and fuck. And not in that order. Fuck, eat, sleep. Do it again, repeat. And you know what I'm saying? We got to get to another space of God when we talking about um, when we talk about manipulating our world or manipulating our energy, which is turning lead into gold or lead into God. How do you look in with this Iran thing in the military with one battle after another? Yeah, that's what I was just saying. That's the same thing. You feel me? Um, all of it is tied. All 2025, they was preparing people for 2026 and the energy that's showing naked ass right now. So essentially, they're pulling the strings and they're doing the things in the background to make people be in an American spirit. And that American spirit is basically religion. It's an egregor spirit to keep you tied to an idea of God bless America. We're the heroes. We're the ones. You feel me? And essentially, we have to look at all these angles of saying, oh, okay, I see what's happening here, right? I see what's happening on this particular land. They're trying to get that dark substance called, they try to say it's oil, but it's actually melanin, right? From these particular areas to create, to keep on being in their creative sphere and take the precious resources, the vibranium from them particular areas. Because they know they're sitting on gold mines. And if they could trick us into making it seem like they got weapons of mass destructions, there goes weapons again. And people don't got no goddamn you see what I'm saying? These boy nuclear bomb, they just make it up. They do it every war. Oh, they got a weapon that we gotta get. Oh no, they trying to create something. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, is one of those things. Um, appreciate that. It's really silky. Any ritual advice on breaking stagnation? More than ritual advice, we got to break out of the ritual aspect of this thing and break into the work, which is also a ritual. So essentially, what you have to do is go through the fire, go through the burning process of alchemicalizing your energy. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be painful, but essentially, if you get to the other side of the road, then what will happen is you'll start to become that new energy, and everything will feel easier. So, for instance, if you did, let's say you did alternate day fasting for 3 months, essentially you're gonna be you're gonna have a whole different relationship with food. You feel me? So this thing is a time thing into breaking energy inside of you, killing off an egregor spirit inside of you. Let's say you did uh, um, semen retention for 3 months. That lust will then turn into creative energy. Will turn that sexual energy. Will you'll after 30, 40 days, you won't even look at porn. You'll be like, what? You feel me? You'll think like you're horny. You got to break past a certain threshold. See, what happens is a lot of times we get right to that threshold and then it starts overcoming our body because our ego is pushing all the marbles into our body to take over. So now it's going to turn all that blood and all that stuff inside our body is going to turn it up even more. It's like turning up the heat. Like, man, we got to get back to our old self, nigga. Come on. That's the ego. That's the demiurge. It's trying to put you out of the game. It's trying to say, you got to just get past that. Take that jump. Neo jumping across the beat. You got to jump and just die that day and then come back to life anew. And even in that, even after you beat that one major one, there's still going to be little remnants that comes up. But eventually you'll break free, and now all of a sudden you're in a whole new walk of life. So think about it like this. If you go to the gym, right, the gym is hurting. It's going to hurt you. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, shit. But then eventually, 3 months from now, boom. In gym, you're a whole different animal in the gym. You feel me? You're going to be like, oh, okay, I got it. You start off with doing like I have my son, right? He didn't do push-ups for a long time. He was doing the girl push-ups. Doing those, just 10, right? Now we in like month 6. Now this nigga doing 25 push-ups easy, hitting them hoes quick. Just because I had him doing them every day, consistently every day. So consistency is the real God. If you can get into consistency, you're gonna turn up and turn out. Once you go spiritual, black, you can't go back. Absolutely, absolutely. That's straight up and down. You can read the 9/11 chapter in Panic about Trump. Absolutely, absolutely. That's fire. Yeah, so stagnant energy is basically just doing the thing over and over and over again. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. Because remember, it's only stagnant energy is just fear. So it's only something that you're running away from. So for instance, right, I get on YouTube and it's just normal. Like I'll just feel like nothing. You feel me? Back in the day, 8 years ago. Oh God damn. How the fuck I'm gonna get on? Nervous, whatever, right? Now, nigga, oh shit. Let me get on here real quick and talk. So it's a different. So you got to break it. You feel me? It's just breaking whatever repetitious energy that doesn't serve you, and that's keeping you in lockdown. Yes, sir, family. Yes, sir, man. 11 appreciate y'all, man. 11 appreciate y'all. Wise Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. in the Patreon. Get down with the family. It go down. Y'all know what it is. Peace to the gods.